Hi, this is Caitlin with Kait's Collectibles, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first set of the Sailor Moon Petit Chara line. So the first set of the Sailor Moon Petit Charas included Moon, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Tuxedo Mask, along with the bonus figures for Luna and Artemis. There were two different versions of each figure. There is an A version, which is the eyes open version, or for Tuxedo Mask, that's with mask. And there's the B version where they have a winking face, or for Tuxedo Mask, that's mask off. So I pre-ordered the box set for a complete set of figures. It was one of the only ways to ensure you were getting one. Otherwise, you would get just the individual blind boxes, which means you have no idea which figure you're getting. The only, I guess, kind of caveat with buying the box set of 6 is that you don't know whether you're getting A version, B version, or a mixture of the both. So you'd get one of each character, but not necessarily all A version or B version. So people pretty quickly figured out, once everyone was receiving their box sets that had pre-ordered, that it was either a certain set that included Sailor Moon, Jupiter, Mars, and Tuxedo Mask in the B version, with Mercury and Venus as A version, or vice versa. So my particular box set happened to be that. This is the main box for the Sailor Moon set. It would include the 6 mini boxes inside of it. It does have some perforations along the edge of the box so that you could pop this out and fold it up if you were putting it on display in a store, for example. So you can see the perforation line around the edge here. I opened mine on the side instead because I didn't see a reason to pop it out because I wasn't going to display the box afterwards. It also mentions the bonus figures for Luna and Artemis down at the bottom here. So the Luna figure would come with Sailor Moon, and Artemis would go with Venus. The box itself is quite nice, actually. I could see reason to display it because it is a really pretty box. It also shows on this side here both the A and B versions for each figure. So you can see eyes open versus the winking face for each figure that you could get. And then the sides of the box just feature some of the characters. So Sailor Moon, for example, and Tuxedo Mask on the other side. So the box itself is pretty basic. The mini boxes, or the blind boxes that each character comes in, looks like that. Now, my only complaint with these boxes is that they're really not as easily designed to be kept or stored because there's no clean way to open them. You do kind of have to separate the cardboard at the top, which tends to end up being a little bit messy. But the official Toei sticker or Bandai sticker is found on these individual boxes down near the bottom here. So you can see the sticker on mine. So each box will have one of those, whereas I didn't have one on the main outside box. And similarly, these boxes feature the A and B versions on each side, because if these were set up in a store where you were going to purchase them, they would be set out just like this. Now, the back of this particular box also shows you the mention of Luna and Artemis as the bonus figures that would come with Sailor Moon or Venus. It also shows the figure itself and the base. And this is one of the only ways to confirm that you've got the base set up correctly. A lot of people set up their figures on the bases upside down because it seemed to fit a little bit better with this first series, but it should be the small side of the base down and going wider. So just a little thing of note, basically. So I ended up with the B version of the Sailor Moon figure, which I was really happy with, actually, because I really liked the winking face version of her. All of these figures have pretty good paint lines. Some of them are a little bit better than others. The bootleg figures that I've seen are really quite messy. So much like the Serenity figure that I mentioned before, there's the stand in the back that connects into the back of their head. These ones I found quite difficult to put together. Maybe it's because it was the first time I was ever putting together a figure like this, or maybe because I'd heard a lot of stories about the stands breaking, but I was really tentative to put them together. The Sailor Moon one I really like. They did a nice job of highlighting her bangs, and the stand that she's on has her symbol just at the bottom front here. A little bit of a crescent moon in the bow. Each figure has their own symbol. So then we'll go on to Mercury here. So this is the A version of the Mercury figure. I actually really like the B version because her winking face with the blush marks on her cheek I thought were really cute. Each figure tends to come in 3 pieces as well. There's the head, the body, and then the legs. This is the B version of the Sailor Mars figure, which again, I was kind of hoping to get because I thought she looked really cute with her little wink there. This one in particular, though, I do want to point out has some messy paint right in this area. Might not be clear to see, but sort of in the crook of her elbow, the paint isn't as pristine as it probably could be. And then her hair basically covers most of the back of her. And then Jupiter, also the B version. A better paint job on her. I really like her rose earrings. They're a little difficult to see there, and she's got the teal hair baubles, which they did a really nice job on. Then Venus. So again, the stands match the color of the individual with their own little symbol on the bow. And then I ended up with the B version of Tuxedo Mask, which I was also really happy with because I liked the version of him without his mask on. You almost never get to see him like that. The cape is a separate piece for him, and then we've got the body piece as well as his head and his hat, which comes off. It doesn't really sit very firmly on his head though. It just kind of has to be placed there gently, otherwise it'll fall right off. But you can see from the back here they did, I thought, a really nice job on him as well. Having a version where he was without his mask, I just thought was a really cool thing for them to do. And he does have a little symbol here. It's hard to see on the base, but his symbol is of a little rose. Now the Luna and Artemis figures that were sort of, what they considered bonus figures, they did come with every version of Moon and Venus as far as I'm aware. The only reason you might not end up with them is if you were buying the figures from a store where they would have opened them and then repackaged them so that you could get the specific figure that you wanted. So they may have taken them out and sold them separately. I've seen some people do that on eBay. So you just get kind of different views of them there. And they're really not very articulated at all. They just fit into a little crescent moon base, and they only fit one way. So there's no movement at all with those particular figures, but they're kind of an essential part of the Sailor team. Now, in my opinion, I really like the Petit Charas. They're really cute figures. They're not particularly articulated, but I tend to collect things that run along the cute line. So these are right up my alley. They remind me of the old sort of super deformed figures that people were getting in the 90s, that, the North American versions of the Japanese release of those figures came out here as well. So they were very similar to that in size and appearance for me, but a little modernized and, in my opinion, a little cuter actually. I wouldn't say that unless you're a real completist, it's not worth getting both a complete set of the A and B versions of these figures, because for me, one is enough. There are a lot of places online to buy or trade figures with other collectors in there. If there was a certain one that you wanted, say for example the B version of Tuxedo Mask, or you wanted a complete set of B figures or A figures. But I was really happy with the set that I got, so I've continued collecting this line, and I will happily review more of those as I get the opportunity. So of course, like, comment, share, make sure you subscribe so that you see that my next update has come out for more of these figures, as that's probably what I'll be doing next as well. And thanks very much.